Here we go live. Alrighty. So hello. Welcome everyone to Layer5's community event. And this time we are back again with Hacktoberfest, easing into cloud native open source project. We share a rich history with Hacktoberfest. Every year we host this event to open up the open source contributions towards new contributors. As we know, Hacktoberfest is just around the corner and knocking the doors. We have a very nicely and precisely curated list of agendas and speakers who will be giving you a brief intro about how you can contribute to different projects and hack your Hacktoberfest. So my name is Gaurav. I'm currently a community engineer at Layer5. You can find my profile and links on this. So moving next, being an open source first company, Layer5 has empowered thousands and thousands of contributors to become better engineers and has changed lives and stars of many people around here. So we have a dedicated newcomers onboarding program, which involves joining the calls on Thursdays and pairing up with a meshmate. Don't know what a meshmate is? Don't worry. You will get to know about the meshmates later in this meeting, and that too from a meshmate. We do participate in most of the internship programs, Google Season of Docs, Google Summer of Code, LFX Mentorship Program, that's the #1 internship program, and MLH, GSOC, and She Code Africa. So this year's theme include the Cloud Native Playground. So Pranav will be sharing later in this meeting how you can contribute to this Cloud Native Playground, and will be sharing a couple of resources. And with that, it's time to move to our next speaker, who is Meshmate Yash Sharma.
Thank you, Gaurav, for introducing me. So, hey everyone, this is Yash. I'm currently intern and meshmate at the Layer5. So, in this today's event, I will share my journey, how I started open source journey with the Layer5, and how I became meshmate over here, and what actually is meshmate, and how I've become the intern over here. So, Gaurav, can you, yeah, next slide, please. Okay, so actually I started my journey as a layer in the open source, I think in last December. So I started contributing after learning Git and GitHub. I started contributing so many other projects. But the thing I found is that some of the projects now are not that responsive, or what I say. So when you ask for help, most of the time I didn't get reply, and sometimes I didn't get any kind of resources to work on other things. But the thing is that after I was scrolling the Twitter one day, and I found that someone appreciating how the welcoming community of Layer5 is, and how you can start contributing here, because Layer5 provide bunch of resources for you to get started. So I joined the Layer5, and after joining the Layer5, after 2 hours, I got the welcome message and to fill out, and the resources and the roadmap that I need to follow, so that I can be effective contributor over here. This is, I think, the best thing that attracted me in the Layer5. After that, I started contributing. I got some of the issues and asked in the community. We held the dev meetings over here. So if you have any kind of question, you can ask your questions in the dev meetings. So all those things help me a lot to contribute consistently in the Layer5, and which I was also the community guy in my third year of my college. So done so many kind of events and so many kind of hackathons I organized. So that's why I think I also push myself to encourage others to join the Layer5, and that lends me an opportunity to become the meshmate. Meshmate are the kind of guy who help others to jump in the community, and have kind of a friend, or you can say those are here for a while. And that's was a best thing happened for me in the January. I think in the February, I think after 2 months I became the meshmate, and that's a really great experience, because it's kind of responsibility also to help others and make them feel amazing over here to jump in and contribute here. After this is kind of the best thing that encourage other contributors to jump in and contribute consistently, because you see the growth with the project. The project is also growing with you, and that is the best thing I think have with the open source. After that, I started contributing in the Mystery catalog, Mystery Cloud, and I got an opportunity to work with the meshmap program, which is a private program and enables you to jump in and work with amazing engineers that we have in the Layer5. And after that, I got an opportunity to intern over here. And this is the best thing happened in the March. So kind of this is the more about my journey, how I started as a contributor, how I started from a small contribution like fixing only CSS in the Myst.io to working privately and working with on amazing projects and amazing tasks that we are doing here. So this is more about my journey. So this is how I started. And I encourage you to jump in. There is a lots of opportunities for you to get started and intern, and Gaurav already told you about that. And the second thing is giving the star to the machinery. Because I believe in that more. If you star any, if you are going to the any project which is open source, give it a star. If you are coming especially for the machinery, don't hesitate. Just hit that star button, because I think last week we were trending on the GitHub, and I'm not sure about the last week, but last week we were trending on the GitHub because the love, the stars that you're giving. We have a mascot which we will talk about, which is fueling because of the stars. So just go on /Mishri, github.com/Mishri and give it your love. Go and give it a star and make it trending again on this week, maybe next week. So thank you, everyone. This is from my side.
Thank you so much, Yash. That was a so nice of introduction. So Sudhanshu would like to share your screen and tell folks and participants how they can make a contribution by giving a very nice demo.
So, hello everyone. My name is Sudhanshu, and so I'm a current intern at Layer5. So, starting like a contributing journey, in we all have a question that how we can start and how we can get assigned to issues. What is the procedure of getting issues and how to get merge your first pull request. That is a good thing to be done when you start a journey in open source. So basically, today's the time I will be telling you by demoing how you can get assigned your issues and just start your contributing journey, make your first PR and just go to this open source journey. So starting with I will be telling you about one of the project in the Layer5, that is Myst.io, how you could work on such projects under and how you can make add commits, or you can push your PR, everything like that. So first of all, getting a issue assigned, right? So we all have a question that how you self get a issue and to work upon. So basically, there is a normal thing, a normal roadmap. You just go and ask about getting assigned that issue if there is no one already assigned. And if there is already an assigner and you don't see any work from that or any response from that issue, like the issue that has been assigned previously, so you can ask to get reassigned. So that is a normal procedure to getting your issue assigned. And it has been recommended that don't make a PR first, being without getting issue assigned, because it may get conflict if someone other can create the same PR. Okay. So this was getting how your issues and start your work upon. So let's move and see how you can make your PR. And I will be telling about Myst.io, right? So Myst.io basically a site which will telling you about more about Mystery, Mystery categories, Mystery what Mystery provides. Okay, so this is site is basically made upon Jekyll, and so you have been having questions that why Jekyll. So basically, this site Jekyll is a static site generator. You don't require so much data to be shown. You just required some tests, some documentation, and some common format to show images and GIF video stuff. So Jekyll could be a best option for you because it's basically a liquid HTML, and you can it is cache free. You can also load and rebuild your site and load your different pages so quickly. So that's why Jekyll is one of the best option to choose such to use for static site generator. And I will be telling how, first of all, how you can get Jekyll. So first of all, you need to have Ruby installed in your system. So I will not telling you how you get Ruby installed. It's a simple installation process. For someone, it could be a pain because if you are a Windows user, so you have to just use some managers like version manager of RVM and RVNB, such common use names which are being in common in Ruby when you want to manage your versions across all the Ruby projects. So it's like this is the only first step that comes for Ruby, and like rest for the process you are free from Ruby. You just have to focus on Jekyll and styling. Okay, let's move forward and see that how we can this site code structure is, how you can start contributing if you have the issue assigned. So basically, when you get your Jekyll site and you see some of the basic structure which generates a site. First of all, you see like you will be seeing layouts. Layouts is simple like the layouts which you see in when you go to the Beshi site. So this home page is a layout, right? This catalog page could be a layout. This playground could be a layout, and like anything could be a layout. Right? So this is simple layout, and this code where you will be seeing such layouts are normally written as like this is a liquid HTML. I will be telling how this has been written quite a while. So next up, like we have this have an include folder, right? So this is a layout, page layout. We have a home page layout. Now these layouts, you've been seeing some of the format, right? Some sections, like you've been seeing some jumbotrons here, right? Some data here. You will be also having seeing some of the footer, header. So how this is been coming, like, so this is a like include folder that is most common thing used in Jekyll. So this is a structure used in Jekyll when you use to publishers like a normal layout, you use layout word with underscore. When you include such sections under layout, you use includes. So under includes, you use some of the HTML files, which is categorized and consolidated and used in layouts. Next up, we will be seeing data, right? So you also need some normal data to be shown in like in the site. So you've been seeing here some data here. So this is not being like all every time being like different or anything. This is some data you can just put up in the data folder. And like these data includes and layouts, these are like mandatory words to be used when you are like creating a site for HTML, like for Jekyll, right? So data basically includes some YAML files and JSON files, and CSV files also it includes, but there are no some. So like data includes such YAML and JSON files, which just having some YAML configurations like if title, link, and everything like that. So I will be telling that how this data files are being used in layouts and in include folders. Okay. Next up, like you need a styling structure, right? So when you need to style your the Jekyll site, there's a inbuilt structure, inbuilt like facility comes from the Jekyll is Sass, where you can just create your style variable, style folders. Basically, we will be seeing here Sass as CSS, which is normally a subset of CSS. So you can just, so if you're writing styling in Sass, so it is, if it is a subset, or so like everything is of CSS is valid in here. So what happened this, why this CSS, why this Sass? So whenever a Jekyll site builds, it automatically converts your Sass file to CSS files. So you don't have to worry for that. It like you will be seeing some styles. What styles you are missing is basically a CSS because Sass has been converted while building like building the site. Okay. So next up, you will be seeing some assets folder. These are some static files which are like which need not to be changed in between anywhere. So in the loading the page or anything. So it says normal static files. You can change this folder name to anything. It's not mandatory to be assets like these data includes and layouts. So access file includes some images, some JavaScript files and CSS. So these are not like these are static things. These are not being changed. Okay. So basically next are some things, most important thing when you were loading a Jekyll site, you will be seeing config.yaml file, right? So this is a site, like this is a basic configuration of your whole Jekyll site. Some settings have been like written here, which is comes when you first loads your Jekyll and just it's been default things. You can also change your things. So it's normal basis. It isn't like majorly it has nothing to focus on. It is you don't have to focus on something like config.yaml. It's settings normally. Okay. Coming to like issue, how you can create an pull request and make a PR. So coming to, I will be giving a small demo how to add a PR. So you can see here a word written referred to a documentation here. Okay, I will be converting this to a simple hyperlink. Right, this is not a good way, ideal way to show. So coming to how you can do it. So like this is what page? This is a like a HTML whole layout page, right? So this is a home page. Now under home page, under layout home page, you can see these things, right? So whenever this layouts, what does this consolidate your include folders, include files like sections, and show it in your site. So whenever you are like for example, in normal other programming languages, you use import that file. So you don't just similar to like this. You have to include this folder that you can see. I just increase it size. Okay. In include folder, you can see header.html, right? So that has been include, and you can see homepage.html, right? Homepage.html and footer.html. Now, when this layout home HTML will render, this whole sections will be rendered. So this is as a header. This one, this whole body is a home. This whole body is a home page, and later you can see downwards the footer. Okay. Now, what I want to change is I want to change this jumbotrons, right? This is a data basically. So where it will be inside homepage.html. So under homepage.html, these are the features, right? These are the features which include these configuration, this data. So I basically need to go to these features and change one of the like normal link button to hyperlink. Okay. So going to this features.yaml. Now I would be seeing what I need to change. So I've already done that normally. What it was earlier that you can see a normal span of button class, which is normally used in HTML. So nothing special about that. It's a class para where it is has it as a button, right? This button. So I'm just changing this to a hyperlink. So I just have to move this anchor tag to the whole description format. So what I've done that I just changed to this whole format to a anchor tag, right? Now this automatically will change that. I'll just show you. Now how to view changes in make like basically in this site. Like first of all, you have to just when you have Ruby installed, you have to just install the Jekyll. It's a normal like when you go to the site, everything has been done like how you can install Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. So you have to just go and install Jekyll, and like you have to just run when everything is been set up. You have to install bundle install. So everything gem installations which come which is normally a dependencies which will not include in that bundle install. So for running this site, I will just do make docs, sorry, make site. And it will basically give a server to like show my UI changes in 4000. Okay, I'll just go to this. Yeah. Yeah, now you can see that it is a normal hyperlink, which was earlier it was a button down there, which I will change to a hyperlink. So this was basically a small show that how you can change these things. So basically, for styling things, we've been considering how styling things have been done. So like you can see this SAS files and mixins. Basically under SAS, you see also mixins. Mixins are basically function things which can be reused each time in other CSS, other styling files. That's why we use mixins, which provided by SAS. Okay. So you've been seeing some of the like files. Now I will be talking about two major files, not about all that are normal styles. Variable.css. Basically, this SAS allows you to make variables for your naming your styles. So why variables? Like in normal programming language, you use variables to like reuse each time when you code. So that's why SAS provides you such opportunity like facility. So you can use variables. And so you can see that some variables has been already created like mobile variable, why this is a max fit. After 420 pixels, you will see other responsive UI. So basically, these are the variables which have been used in other files to retrieve this information. Another file, there is a root variable.css. So you've been seeing some dark mode and light mode things, right? So how this colors are been changing? Basically, colors are been changing due to this root file of root variable.css. So basically, these are the variables, right? You can see this variable. Now this variable, same variable name has been created for light mode and dark, right? So when you just go to some of the files, I'll just show it. Okay, yeah. So this way, when you want to give a like dark mode and light mode both thing, when you change the theme to any section or text or anything, you just have to pass like where. By where, this is a where from SAS variable which you provide, which has been created in boot variable.css. So when you provide this color secondary dark, it automatically sees the checks the theme, what theme is currently activated. And from root file, when you see this brand color primary, so brand color primary has given light mode has this color, and same brand color primary and light dark mode has this color. So that automatically gets changed and according to the theme. So that's why this root variable CSS has been made for consistency. And from root file, you don't have to pass colors each and every time for theme changes. You have to just pass the variable name. And so that's why SAS is so makes such things easy and more consistent while making like static sites. Okay. Next comes to like, I will just change a thing. So before making a commit, I'll just ensure that I'm not pushing changes to a master branch. So I will just create a new branch, normal, naming it as a new branch only. And I'll just check the status of the files. So you can see this, there's a small like non-file has been changed, which is not done by me. So I'll just not add this. I'll just add my file change, what has been I've changed. Wait. Simple get add. Now, basically for commit, we all in our projects, basically we follows DCO. Like what is DCO? Basically a commit sign of commit. So basically when you are making a commit, it required when you do like get commit -s, it takes your username and email ID. So it is very easy to know that who is being making the PR and who is making the like particular commit. So it is always best. So you can use for like follow this DCO format. So I'll just, and it is always recommended that you write a good commit message while creating a PR, right? So I'll add like, I just add a good commit message, which is I change button to anchor element. Okay. Now I made a commit and I'll just push it to the branch I've created. Okay. Moving towards the main mesh.dot repo.
Sudhanshu, I think you just accidentally pushed your branch to the same branch that you have, new branch to new branch. It should be pointed towards master, but no issues. I think contributors got an instant. This is like a general accidental mistake that happens with everyone, even with maintainers too. So no issues over there. But I think everyone got a sense of how they can contribute to this mesh.io repository and how they can create a pull request. So with that and keeping time in check, so let's move to next speaker, and feel free to ask any questions if you have in chat. So Saurabh would like to present.
Yes. Yes. Hi everyone. I am Saurav and I've been doing community work in Layer5. I joined Layer5 a couple of months ago, and just in these months, I am talking about Layer5 right now into the Hacktoberfest. So you can think that how welcoming the community is. So my topic is contribution with no code. Yes, with no code. So there may be some reasons that you don't want to code or you don't know how to code yet. So there are some ways that you can contribute to the community without knowing the code. So you can explore our Layer5 websites or mystery websites or our projects, and you can find some new issues to help someone who wants to code. I have read somewhere that when I was helping someone to climb the mountain, at the end, I was also at the top. So meanwhile, when you are exploring issues and you don't want to code, you can help someone who wants to code. You can find good issues and add them into the mystery or the Layer5 issues list. Talking about the next topic, it is a spread and engage. So meanwhile, you are not coding, you can spread the word about community so that we can have awesome peoples on our community. And meanwhile, you are spreading word, you can engage with those people or take care of those people who are already at the community. May that be a problem, like someone maybe have a problem with how to set up a mystery or how to set up a Layer5 website in their local environment. So you can help them through that. Also help us getting the stars. Talking about five, if you don't know about the five, I will just show you. Someone within the community will definitely drop the link. So five is an internet collective hero who represents five. You can read about him through there. So basically, it helps five to reach new planets, right? So next up, we have a creative ways to help the community. So if you don't code, you must be doing some designs. So you can check out our Figma report, Figma code base. So here we have a bunch of designs you can explore and contribute to UI UX. Next up, we have blogs. So if you are a writer or technical writer and you want to help the community with the marketing and with the documentation stuff, you can join our writing program at the Layer5. We have bunch of blogs, we have bunch of documentation stuff we need help with. So you can help us through that. Also, you can contribute to a Layer5 blog page where you can add your blog by making a pull request on adding a document in the community folder. So if you don't know how to code yet, or you don't want to code, there are a bunch of ways you can contribute to the community. There are no stopping. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sharing my screen. So
Yes,
hi,
it is visible for now. Yes.
hi everyone. My name is Pranav Singh, and I am just an intern at Layer5, and I contribute to different areas of the projects and in and around community. So we will directly start into my area for mystery architecture. Mystery as an extensible cloud native manager is capable of managing your infrastructure across multiple Kubernetes cluster. But before we go into the depths of the code, let's understand the very basics of what Mystery is. So what Mystery comes actually here, you can deploy Mystery either in the Dockerized environments or Kubernetes environment. Depending upon which environment you deploy on, Mystery will actually auto detect your Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes kube config in, or you can always pass on any of your custom kube config from the UI or the Mystery CTL. And so whenever Mystery detects a Kubernetes cluster, it actually deploys one of its custom controller, that is one of its operator, that is Mystery operator. The work of the Mystery operator is to manage the life cycle of two of the other custom controller, that is Meshing as well as Mystery broker. So whenever these three deployments come into your cluster, first meshing, the work of meshing is actually to fingerprint and to understand different things which are running in your cluster, different resources, whether it's your pods, your deployment, your API resources, API service, ingress controller, everything. It's quite intelligent as well as dumb, because whatever it detects, it just pass it on to Mystery server. How it does that? It does that through Mystery broker. The work of Mystery broker is to have an eventing system between meshing and Mystery server. And how now, once all this information is passed to Mystery server, what Mystery server does is that it saves them into a small SQLite database. So whatever the resources are discovered by meshing, it is passed to Mystery server. Then Mystery server saves them into the local database, so that it can be easily retrieved as and when required, for the UI or for any of the other purposes for your management of your software, of your environment. And Meshri, like recently, I think if you didn't miss out, Meshri actually integrates as of today with 200 plus integrations. What these integrations are, these are like different CNCF projects and other DevOps related tools with Meshri integrates with. So what Meshri does is that it helps you either manage all these resources or either helps you provision these things. And like you can read more about each of these integration on Meshri docs. So there's a very detailed description of how these work and how you can use it for your use cases. Other things is that like Meshri has a first class integration with Prometheus and Grafana. What that means is that if you are already running any of the Prometheus or Grafana deployments in your cluster, Meshri will actually ingest all those charts into Meshri's UI. So you don't have to do even a single thing, and Meshri UI will actually show you all your already pre-configured charts. You can like start right from the day one from your already working things. And of course, it also directly talks to Kubernetes API. And the next thing is Meshri adapters. So what these adapters are like, Meshri actually, like even before these integration, Meshri actually, the genesis of Meshri was to help manage the lifecycle of service meshes. So Meshri, for managing the lifecycle of service meshes, Meshri has its own adapters. For each service mesh, there is one adapter. Meshri as of today, I think support 10 service meshes, and for each of them, there is one adapter. The work of these adapters is to actually expose the different managements of different service meshes to the adapters, and adapters talk to Meshri server to gRPC. And yeah, so like let's say you want to manage Meshri, you want to manage Istio service mesh, so you will install Meshri Istio adapter for you'll have Meshri adapter for Istio service mesh, and then it will help you to do all the different stuff. So like that's an overview of Meshri's architecture, and yes, there's a catalog as well, which I think Sonali will cover in a while. And yes, so that's about the architecture. Like before we go into the cloud native playground, I'll just quickly go over a few of the how you can navigate through the backend code base. So first of all, like there's a Meshri organization which it will be helpful, like if you like to follow, so that you don't miss out on any new things that are going around in the community. So first is Meshri repo. So the structure is like if you're not familiar, .github is all about keeping all your workflows, which will be running like based on what requirement we have, whether it's for releasing or generating documentation or like deploying playground and other stuff. This docs is about like entire Meshri's documentation is lies here. So whenever the new PR is, whenever we make a Meshri release, so these documentation are auto-generated based on the code change. And we actually use Swagger for API, REST API documentation. And we have Jekyll for the other standard documentation that we have, which Sudhanshu was just covering. Then we have this install directory. The work of this is to, I can show you. So work is basically to have different set of readme as well as different set of configurations which you can use for installing Meshri under the different environments. In case you missed on Meshri, like in the last DockerCon, Meshri was actually the Docker partner for the release of Docker extensions, and Meshri was like Layer5 was like one of the very few who were like in the part of that. And we released our Meshri Docker extension last year. So in case like you're running Docker desktop, so you can directly install Meshri through this Docker extension. And yeah, that's quite helpful if you are a Docker user. And this likes the same thing. If you're just here running Docker, then there are certain set of Docker files which you can use for your installment. Then we have Kubernetes. If you are a Kubernetes user, then you might want to use Helm. Helm is a package manager which you can use for installing for installation and releasing your Kubernetes related resources. So you can use Helm as well for installation. And then we have Playground, so which I'll cover in a minute. So even in Playground, you can have like two types of deployment, either in Docker or Kubernetes. Currently, the Playground deployment is Docker one, but you can like if you like, you can use the Kubernetes one as well. And you can like go over all the different network configuration which you might want to use. So that's about the installation. Then we have Meshri CTL. So Meshri as a tool actually supports a number of different clients, whether it's Meshri CTL, Meshri UI, or the Meshri CTL, Meshri UI, and the other one is workflows. So that also internally is Meshri CTL, but there's a separate action, GitHub action for that, but we won't go into that depth. So Meshri CTL is all about like it uses Cobra under the hood for defining the different commands. So you can, like, if you go into, so here, like, these are all the different, like, top level commands which MySQL supports. So you can go into each of them and explore how the sub commands are written down, or you can help in improving the error response. Actually, currently, like, if you like to explore or want to work on this, generally, like, in few areas, like, the response which we get from MySQL when something wrong happened is not good. And so if you like to work on, then this is a good first issue where you can help us improve the responses that we get from these MySQL commands, so that there is a little bit of consistency and standardization in that area. The next is the provider UI. It's a simple directory which includes the UI for provider. You can explore more about that in the documentation, what providers are and what is remote provider, what's a local provider. It's given in detail in the documentation. The next is the server. So in server, we have like a number of different packages like handlers, where all the different API handlers are written down. Then we have helper function, couple of helper function for different use cases like managing Kubernetes or this Swagger docs, stuff like that. In internal, what we have is definitely GraphQL. So what Meshery is like, Meshery not only supports REST APIs, but also GraphQL. GraphQL, if you don't know, is a one-time transaction between backend and frontend, where once a connection is established, then we get repeated changes which happens in the backend to frontend, even without calling the APIs. So we have a couple of GraphQL subscriptions. Then we have meshes. What meshes, which I was just talking about, Meshery adapter. So what Meshery adapter, as I told, was talks through Meshery server to gRPC. So all the protobuffs are defined here. So like, if you are aware of a little bit about how protos work, so we define the response of the message and then we generate the output, and then that's used by our client, which we have defined here and in Meshery adapter library. Then we have mesh models. So this actually also is related to what I just discussed about Meshery integrations. So Meshery, like, there is a workflow which actually runs nightly on everyday basis, and it actually generates the different different configuration to which Meshery can actually integrate with. And this model basically have a certain set of components which you can use for configuring your infrastructure. And like I can go into depth, but it will take too much time. So I'll quickly just give an overview of different stuff. Then we have, after mesh model, we have models, which is like the constructs of different things that Meshery can manage. Basically, like for handlers and stuff, we define models. And next we have is the UI. Okay, the router basically, it has all the APIs which Meshery has, REST APIs. And then we have UI. UI is like simple. We use Next.js in the UI. It's like, if you go to pages, you'll realize all the different pages Meshery has for its UI thing. So that's an overview of Meshery repo. Then you can go over Meshery operator as well. The meshing is like almost the same thing. It's just that each of the different component of Meshery is in this separate repo. So that's about it. And then we have Meshery. I can just quickly give an overview of one of the adapters, which is Meshery Istio. So like, this repo is all about the adapter. And what it has is that, so in the main.go, you can go and explore. What it does is that whenever Meshery Istio adapter boots, it actually talks to Meshery server. And whenever it does that, then what it does, it automatically registers all the different components of Meshery Istio for a specific version. And how it does that is again through mesh models, and all those components are actually under templates which you can explore, and these are generated again nightly through a workflow. So that was a quick overview. I'll just wait if there are any questions in the chat. Okay, so then before going on to the action items, I'll just quickly go over Meshery Cloud Native Playground. So in case you missed it, like the very last KubeCon, that was KubeCon EU, which was this year, Meshery actually unveils its very own Meshery Cloud Native Playground, which is in participation with CNCF. So what this is, that this is one of the full-blown instance of Meshery, which runs on CNCF hosted runners. And CNCF hosted environment, and basically it helps you to explore different features of Meshri. And this is actually the fastest way on earth to use Meshri, to get started with Meshri. So the only reason, like now you wondering why you have to fill a form, the very reason, one of the reasons is that you actually get Kubernetes cluster. So in order to like, so you also get you also get an account so that you don't have to fill in anything. So whenever you log in, you will have a free account and you can directly get started with Meshri on the Cloud Native Playground. So I'll now show the playground as well. So you can like explore different areas. So this is the dashboard, which gives you an overview of different things which are either managed or which are either um, discovered by Meshri. So you can see different daemon set, persistent volume things discovered in the cluster. And these are things which are registered by Meshri server, which are through mesh models. And here I'm connected to a Kubernetes cluster. And I can also ping that. So ping basically means whether this server is able to reach to that Kubernetes client or not. And you can manage the lifecycle of your different service meshes from here. For that, you need to deploy any of the adapter, which you can do from this thing. And now also Meshri also helps you like manage different things through configuration. It supports pattern designs and WASM filters. In case you missed it, in in very recent EasterCon, Meshri actually unveils it worked through WASM filters and how Intel is using Meshri and WASM for their performance management and load generator. So you can explore that talk if you missed it. So of course, there's performance management. Meshri as of today support 3 load generator, Nighthawk, FortIO, and WRK2. So you can explore different things based on what you require. And Meshri, of course, run a lot of different performance tests. So if you don't know, there is actually a SMP action repo where Meshri actually runs different tests nightly on CNCF hosted tunnel, and the results of them are actually posted on SMP dashboard. And service mesh is actually a separate organization where you can, which is also CNCF project, which you can explore. And now I'll just quickly go over Meshmap, which is one of the extensions of Meshri. Meshri actually have a different number of extension points, which actually are given to you based on the entitlements that you have from the remote provider. And yeah, so Meshmap is just an extension which you can do, in which you can visually do your DevOps. It's also known as, some people also call it Figma for DevOps, so because you can do everything visually and collaboratively. And yeah, so you can, okay, so it had two modes. One is designer, another one is visualizer. In designer, you can design your infrastructure. In visualizer, you can visualize, that is, you see your, it's a read-only way of seeing your Kubernetes cluster. So you can filter down on different resources. Let's say if I click on pods, so I'll see different pods in different namespaces. So yes, and you can also filter on namespaces as well. And of course labels. So it's quite like there are different things you can do. So we won't go into depths, but that's a little bit of overview. Now that's about it. So in case you like to also use Meshri Playground or Mesh Cloud Native Playground, you can just get onto this link, which someone would definitely share in the chat. So next is, I'll just quickly go into the action item, like what you all can do to help be part of this great initiative and be part of the community. So the first thing is that you can be part of the end-to-end workflow initiative. Basically, what this is that, like, Meshri has a number of different workflows, and we generally focus more on end-to-end workflows. So there are different issues which you'll get either if you go to this link or to the drive or to the spreadsheet, which would be shared as well. So basically, end-to-end workflow is all about like testing different things or different features of Meshri. So you can be either part of that. Workflows are either defined in GitHub Actions or in Bash script. Next is Meshri-treated unit test, which you will find in Meshri. There is one more issue about migration of Go 1.21, which is still left on a couple of different Go repos of Meshri organization, which you can help in migration. Next is like a very quick fix, which you can do about adding a Slack notification workflow, which is also like laid quite descriptively in different issues. So you can go with that. So yes, that was different overview of Meshri architecture and different backend related stuff which you can do at Meshri and Layer5. So that was about it. So now I'll let others to talk.
All right. Thanks, Pranav, for the very in-depth presentation. So, Sonali would like to give a quick introduction on catalogs.
Hello everyone, I'm Sonali. I'm going to give a brief introduction about the Myst catalog. So, Myst catalog is kind of a central hub for sharing cloud native infrastructure designs. It facilitates you to exchange best practices um, and exchange reusable template, Kubernetes-based operational patterns, and multi-cluster Kubernetes clusters and distributed application. So it's like a cloud native marketplace for use provide user friendly infrastructure for browsing and discovering, sharing configurations and patterns for cloud native infrastructures. So it has basically three constructors, uh, patterns, filters, and application. So those three constructed are supported by Myst. So Myst, a co-construct of configuration management is that designs. It is a kind of document which you can capture and describe your desired states and uh, to improve the environment with best practices. So other than that, Myst also used to manage filters and application. So application is kind of Kubernetes uh, Kubernetes application. It allow you to store and onboard, offboard them from deployed service meshes. So you have choice how you would like to create those infrastructure designs. For that, you can use design configuration inside the Myst UI or the extension like MeshMap. Mm. Myst is also used for uh, manage design. For that, you can use Myst UI or Myst CTL. Yeah, now I'm going to give a brief introduction about the MeshMap. It is just a canvas for you to use the infrastructure design creation. So you need to just drag and drop the components from the component list and create your designs. Later you can deploy them. So MeshMap has two views. One is designer view, other is visualizer. So in visualizer, you can see the Kubernetes clusters you have already deployed, and it shows some matrices and performance. And also you can execute later new commands using the terminal provided by there. So that's the brief introduction about the MeshMap. So thank you.
All right. Thanks, Sonali. So, Anita would like to go next.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Gaurav. Hello everyone. I am Anita Human. I'm a developer advocate and also a meshmate in Layer5 community. And I'm really happy to be seeing this number on the call today. I look forward to seeing you all in the community as well. So if you have been meaning to contribute to the community or you have intentions of doing that during Hacktoberfest and beyond, well, you're in the right place because there's so many ways that you can do that. Hope I'm sharing the right screen. Yep, that's it. There's so many ways that you can do that. And first and foremost, I like to say if you're joining from the Slack, assuming you join the Layer 5 community from the Slack, how do you get involved? We have a community habit where you might get bugged with a lot of messages on what to do or where to go next. And so if you come across those messages, don't be overwhelmed, don't be scared. We have a couple of links there that you could navigate through those messages. But if you don't also come across those, what is the next thing that you would want to do? Well, we have our website here where you can find everything you need to know. On the community section, you would see first and foremost down here how you can sign up for the community members profile. So we have a thing called community members profile. And why does it exist? It's simply because we want to be able to, know who our contributors are, members who are just joining in, understand what areas that we can also help them in getting started within the community, and also to understand the demographics of the community at large. So like we use this for so many reasons, and filling in this form also gives you access to some of our documents and content in the drive. So you can see that here by joining the community members profile on this page right here. Let me see. So this leads to the Slack channel straight up. I don't want to go to the Slack. I actually want to join the community. That's somewhere. Can someone kindly share that in the chat for anyone who wants to do that? So you can kindly go through that link and fill out the form. It will take like 5 or less minutes. But once you're done with that, the next thing you might want to do is to also check out some exciting things that you can do within the Layer 5 community. And that is, first, you would want to, why do I feel like I'm sharing the wrong slide right now?
You are on the Layer 5 community page, if that's the one that you're trying to share.
I actually want to get the slideshow so I can point to the resources because the links are available here.
Yeah, Gaurav or somebody want to share the slideshow and then.
Sure.
Okay. So right here, you're going to see the community members form. And this is what the form actually looks like. Thank you. Yeah, the link to the form is available in the slide. So just click there. You're going to get to the form. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. If you're not in the community already, that should be the right moment for you to do that. And once you are done with that, you're going to head over to the website, of course. On our community site, we have a thing where a Hall of Fame, call it that, where we have all the pictures, all the details of contributors that have been doing awesome work presently, in the past. And also, we look forward to putting your pictures on that page. And why we have that is to, showcase all the amazing work that people do within the Layer 5 community. And if you can go to the members profile, please. Yes, so right here you can see the amazing faces. So many persons have been here since the beginning of Layer 5 community. Some persons are still with us, some persons are still joining in. And this is your opportunity to also have your profile on our Hall of Fame. So if you notice on the side, you see like badges tagged along with each of the participants. And what are these badges? These are like a form of recognition that we have to appreciate everyone for their contributions in specific areas. Now, some persons contribute to the community, some persons contribute to writing, some to projects, some to just organizing events, whatever the contribution is, we have a badge for that. And once you get your badge, you can showcase these badges on social media, share it with your friends, tell everyone the awesome work you're doing in Layer 5. You can also put it in your resume that, yes, you did this awesome work in Layer 5 community, and this is the proof to show for it. And aside this members profile, you can also find out more about, you can also get involved within the community by checking other programs that we have. Right. And so these programs include the can I continue sharing right now? Thank you.
Sure.
Yep. So right here, you're still going to find out other things like our meshmate. So throughout this, we've been talking about meshmate. Who is a meshmate? What is a meshmate? A meshmate so far, if you have heard all that has been said, are individuals that are here to guide you through, to point you to what you need to know, or areas that you find it difficult to communicating with any other person in the community at large. And we have these awesome persons here that are readily available to help you with that. This matchmate can be your go-to persons whenever you have questions. You can ask them whatever questions you want. You can request one-on-one time with these persons as well. You can also decide to bring up issues that you're contributing to regarding any project, and the meshmate will help you with that. And so if you also want to find out more about Layer 5 community, you can also check out our community handbook. Now, on this community handbook, you can find out about the community from the start to the finish. Now, I completely mean that. From why Layer 5 exists to our communities, to the goals. Now, you can see that we also have like a code of conduct indicated in here. So if you're going through this, take a moment and go through the code of conduct. Then you want to find out what is in for you as a contributor. We have roles and responsibilities, from community managers to maintainers, to meshmates, to community moderators. We have so many persons that are handling so many hats within Layer 5 community. And as you progress with your contributions, you're bound to get into one of these positions along the way, but you only get the chance to do that by showing up. And how do you show up? We also have our calendar right here, so you don't miss out on any of the meetings at all, because we have like so many meetups every now and then. On Mondays, we have our Wednesday websites call, anything concerning the front end, the UI, and the development part of our project takes place on this call on Mondays. And then on Wednesdays, we have Meshry development call, where we talk about project Meshry, Mesh Map, and all other projects under Meshry. And then you can also do that by adding this to your calendar. It will completely show up whenever these meetings come up. Then we have the Layer 5 newcomers call that takes place every Thursday. We had one yesterday. And if you join in next week, Thursday as well, you're going to meet a lot of persons telling you what and answering questions that you need or you want to know about Layer 5. We also have the CNCF tag. And every once in a while, we have a community call where we discuss all that is going on within the Layer 5 community as well. Now, aside keeping up with this, so don't forget to add this to your calendar so you immediately get notified whenever the meetings are coming up. Now, aside this, you can find out more about our projects, and you can do that in the community handbook right here under the repository overview. Now, this is going to tell you that Layer 5 projects currently span across 4 GitHub orgs. Don't be confused, all of them are under the Layer 5 community. Most of them are currently under the CNCF, but you are still a part and a parcel of the Layer 5 community with your contribution. So whatever attributions that come with being a member will definitely get you one way or another. They're front-end projects, a lot of them. So do not say you don't have an issue to contribute to, or you're not seeing an issue to pick up. You can see the maintainers listed out here. Do well to reach out to each and every one of these maintainers whenever you have a question. The frameworks are also labeled out here. We talked about Jekyll earlier. We've also looked at how you can contribute to our Gatsby project. So that should give you like a head start. Good thing this is recorded. You can always reference back to it much later to catch up on all that is discussed. The links to these repositories are right here. It shouldn't be easy to navigate to an issue, but if you don't know how to, this is the one of the repositories on the Layer 5 project. So you can see that there are lots of issues listed out here, and we're currently bringing in more issues labeled Hacktoberfest. Pay attention to these labels so you can see the beginner-friendly issues. And if you haven't gotten one yet, or you are anxious to pick up an issue, you can definitely go through all of these repositories and look out for the ones that have these Hacktoberfest labeled issues. So it makes it easy for you to get through. But if you don't still have one yet, just hang in there. Our projects are really active. So every now and then we try to bring in more and more issues for people to get on board with. We also have our mentorship programs. I'm not going to forget that. So I know so many persons are looking out to, get involved in Layer 5 in mentorships and, become interns. We have a bunch of interns that have joined in from, the Linux mentorship programs, the Google Student of Dog, Google Summer of Code, and all. You can also stand a chance to get these opportunities. Now, whenever this internship come up, we definitely announce in the community if we're participating and how you can get involved. But if you want to know more about this, you can also catch up on this page here, where you can find out all the internships that Layer 5 is participating in and the ones that are also ongoing as well. And like I said, we announce whenever something comes up on internships in the community. But if you have any questions about an internship or how to get involved, that our page here does not answer that, you can reach out to a meshmate or drop it in the general chat and we'll give you answers to that. Now we have another program that I think you would find interesting for those that contribute to non-code contributions or non-technical contributions rather. Now I know that the areas that you want to contribute to, like writing, speaking, developing documentation, and all of that, you can also do that within Layer 5 community. We have a blog where we publish a lot of content from the community. We have a bunch of speaking engagements that you can also volunteer to represent Layer 5 at conferences for. You can decide to lead workshops and meetups within your local communities, telling people how they can contribute to cloud native projects like Meshry and the likes. You can also decide to give talks yourself on any of Layer 5 projects at all. And you can also record demos and tutorials that we can put on our YouTube channel, educating people about some of the projects and other areas within Layer 5 community. How do you get started? We have a form here that you can fill out, and we might not get back to you immediately after filling this form. So what's the next step? Join the Slack channel, and you can also go straight to the Layer 5 blog kitchen channel for those that want to join in the writing. For those that want to participate in other areas, we have like the areas like community, where you can also reach out and ask questions on how you can help. Now there's so many ways you can help. We have newcomers calls where we have our contributors facilitate. We have our Slack channel where you can help onboard other persons by providing links and resources. We have our Discourse platform where you can also go to respond to questions and answer when necessary, and even our GitHub where you can also find people that need help with their pull requests and assist them. These are different ways that you can assist people within Layer 5 community that are very much appreciated. And so if this is not enough conviction that there are ways that you can participate in the community, then do well to jump into the Slack with any questions that you may have, and we'll help you onwards. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was too wonderful, Anita. All right. So Ritik and Rex will be telling you about how you can make contributions on designs.
Okay, so hi everyone. Good day. I'm Rex. I'm a community member here at Layer 5, and I'm a designer. I'm a product designer. The fact that I'm here speaking to you guys as someone who just recently joined the community goes to show that it's a very welcoming environment over here at Layer 5, and there's every reason for you to come here and contribute as a designer. You're very much welcome, and the doors are always open on the discussion channel and on Slack. when you start to contribute initially, it's possible you might want to just dive right into Figma and begin to wow us with all your wonderful and pretty designs. But at the immediate instant or initially, the access is not open to everybody, especially people who just joined in. So I advise you, open your own design file, start up your designs, do whatever magic you're trying to accomplish there, and call for reviews on the Slack channel. Tag as many people as possible, tag Gaurav, tag me, and as many reviewers that are available will definitely get back to you on your designs and your contributions. With consistent contributions that hits the mark consistently like that, you're most likely to get that your edit access approved soon enough on the Layer5 design file. Speaking of the Layer5 design file, that is this Layer5 design file here. There are a few tips and a few guidelines on how to contribute here at Layer5, pointers that you might do well to take note of as a designer. So even though you don't have edit access, you can always come in here to access the design files. I think, like Lee said in the comments, Anita already almost mentioned, I think, virtually everything. So there's the link to the design files and most of these other files as well on the Layer5 website. So even if you don't have edit access yet, you can always go through this file, check out these different principles or guidelines that we have. There's, excuse me, there's do's and don'ts that we have here that are supposed to guide you as to how to go ahead and carry out your contribution. And you might want to apply this while you're still working on your own personal file before your edit access gets approved. This is the draft card that we use to indicate designs that are currently ongoing. There's section where we have planned to group things into sections so that you don't necessarily clog up your entire design board eventually when you start to contribute. And you'd also like to take note of these different states, as most times they get neglected when things are being designed here at Layer5. Unless I forget, you have to be on the education plan to be able to fully assess the perks of this design file. So if you're not on the if you're not on an education plan, it simply goes through with different articles from Figma and even videos from their YouTube channel that can guide you on how to get on the education plan. If you have any questions, any thoughts you want to share, the UX channel, the website channel, and the general channel are good avenues for you to air your thoughts and point out things you're trying to contribute to. Then there is Layer5's design in progress. Here, this link here in the chat. So this link here is a GitHub link to the, a few issues that are currently available on Layer5. For now, most of them are not necessarily design issues. We have just a handful of the design issues there. For instance, there's this logo needed for the system website in particular. But definitely with time, those design issues keep coming up and you can most likely contribute to them. There is this website and there's also the design systems for each of Layer5, Mesh3, Meshmap, and all the other products that Layer5 has. So you have to look out for that. Long story short, you have to stick around for much longer to be able to fully enjoy and benefit from the design system, participate and contribute to it as well, because it's currently a work in progress and we're making much progress with it so far. One fine we can contribute is by helping out to fill our forms. I'm also sharing that here in the Slack channel, in the Zoom chat. So you can check out the form, fill it, give your insights, and that way you can be helping us to add some other considerations that we might not have taken note of initially while we have been going at it so far. So yeah, you're very much welcome to join us here at Layer5. We are anticipating your contributions, your fine thoughts, and In case you're wondering who this guy here in the nice ride is, that's 5. And he welcomes you to join him in the gap as you enjoy contributing here at Layer 5 this month of October, and hopefully with more months in you. Ritik will have more 5 for you, and welcome designer to Layer 5.
Cool. Ritik would like to give more insights on contributing impactfully as a UX designer.
Yeah, sure. I'll share my screen. Okay. So I'm Ritik Saxena and I am currently serving as an intern at Layer 5. So the topic I will be covering is the Layer 5 Figma design files. Most of the part is covered by Rex, like about the contribution guideline that you all have to follow if you are contributing to as a designer, and about the design system that we have. So talking about the Layer 5 Figma designs, we have different Figma design files, Figma files for our project. So let's say if you are contributing to Layer 5 website, you can find all the mockups inside the Layer 5 design file, or if you are working on a project Meshri or a Meshri IOPA website, you will find all the mockups related to that inside the Meshri UI project. Same for the Nighthawk. You will find all the mockups inside the Get Nighthawk Figma file. So yeah, that's the first item, and most of the designers get a question like how they will make their contribution counted for Hacktoberfest, because Hacktoberfest has a rule to make to have a 4 PRs merge. So we covered that. So we have a couple of issues listed on our projects that, so that have been, we have described everything there. So let's say if you are working on a issue like this one of creating an icon, so we have created a folder, and you will find the link to that folder inside the issue description. So you can directly navigate to that folder to upload you or to upload your design, so that it will be counted as a Hacktoberfest contribution. So when you go to the link will be to the new icons. Like here you can see new icons folder, so you can directly go click on that file or upload files. So you will not be able to upload the file directly because the uploads are disabled. So for that, for you to upload the design that you have created, or the icon, or or the icon or anything that you are working on, make sure it is related to the issue. So for that, you will have to first fork the repository to your account. And so here you can see, like, I have already forked the repo inside my account, and I have navigated to the folder that is mentioned in the issue direction in description. So now when you click on the add file and go to the upload file, here you can directly drag and drop your designs directly here, and select the create new branch and sign up and propose change. This will create a PR. So once that PR is merged, it will be counted as a Hacktober contribution. And yeah, and for now the last item from my side, contributing to 5 stories. So we sort of already covered about what is 5 and who is 5 and about this story. So if you also want to contribute to 5 stories, so you will have to, so we have SVGs already present in the community drive. So to access that community drive file, you will have to first submit the newcomers form. Then you will get the access to the community drive, and then you can contribute to the 5 story. And if you help 5 in his journey, he will help you in Hacktoberfest. So yeah, that's it from my side.
Alrighty. Thanks, Ritik.
Yeah.
So we are just about at the end of the event, and lots of great presentations, lots of great resources shared by speakers. And before we wrap the event, so as you all know about contributing to Hacktoberfest, So by contributing to Hacktoberfest, you will definitely earn this badge, and show this on your Meshi Cloud profile and on your GitHub README profile. So this time, hack your Hacktoberfest and earn this shiny badge and showcase it to the world. So participate in Hacktoberfest with Layer5 and dive into the cloud native open source projects, and do apply to the most popular project Meshi over the Linux Foundation program. And you can connect with the community over Slack, GitHub, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and on discussion forum. And with that, if you got any questions, feel free to reach out to community, mesh mates, community managers. Everyone are there for help you. So with that, I think we are good to wrap today's event. And thanks all for joining. Feel free to chime in the discussion forum, ask your questions. The community is always there to help. All right.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah. Thanks for this, guys.
Bye, everyone. We'll
Bye, everyone.
soon
Bye.
again come up with a new event.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.